My name's Brodeur. The date is 10/16/2013. This video is recording the work done by Ron Simmons and Simmons Paving Corporation. Phone number 860-653-5681. Basically what's going on here is I paid to have a concrete foundation poured in addition to the garage that was already existing. It's an expansion to make the garage a two-car garage. Couple issues that I'm having thus far. For starters, is the old garage, which used to be here, the door to the garage. There was a concrete landing here that, per a contract, was supposed to be removed by Ron Simmons. And also there was a asphalt walkway that was supposed to come off of the steps that you see in the picture here, down this walk here, and continue out this way to the driveway area. As you can see, the base rock was put in here. They never returned to do the asphalt walkway base rock, and they also never removed the concrete landing. That was removed by me and my contractor mason that's here doing the stonework. Because they didn't do it, we had to remove it so that we could begin the project on the front without holding up her side of it. So that was never completed. The biggest problem I'm in right now is they're trying to pour the footing. The footing itself that you see in the crease here, or in the dig-out, that footing has been in for quite some time. This new step up right here, these pieces of lumber you see right here that attach to the side of the cinder block foundation, which is not beyond frost level, but I understand it's grandfathered in. The new footing has to be at frost level. So rather than placing the footing at frost level, Ron Simmons Paving has determined that what they can do is they can just put this step in that steps up to the old concrete. They did this on both sides. You can't see the other side. It's on the other side of that mound right there. However, when the town came to inspect, they said that that's not up to code. What needs to happen is it either needs to be underpinned, in which case they would take the footing here, continue it underneath the sand and underneath the old foundation and pin it under. Or what I'm trying to get approved right now is just dig out the sand that's by the concrete, by the cinder block, and drop the whole the footing down 4 feet on the addition and rebar it to the cinder block, hoping that that'll be acceptable. In both cases, I've been told that the way that it's set up, the floor will crack over time. That's both by the inspector, by another independent contractor, and now after I approached Ron Simmons about it, Ron Simmons has admitted no matter what we do, the floor is going to crack in this new garage, which is not something we spoke about before he decided to take the quote and the money and the job. So what you see here, this dig out in my yard and on the side of my home, and all the equipment, has been sitting in my yard for well over a month. Originally, the shovel there was actually sitting in front of my yard. That's my dog Chewy, excuse him. It was sitting right in front of this piece here and in front of the existing garage, blocking the entire part of the house. I had my neighbor, Eddie, who happens to work for a company that owns Caterpillar machines. I guess the key is the same for all machines. And he's a Caterpillar machine operator. Came over and helped move the shovel to a place where I could actually operate in my home and use the front area, so that we could continue with the other contract work. Ron saw that we moved the machine and immediately came up and decided to tell me that I have no right to move their machine. And I explained to him that my neighbor Eddie did it, who he is friends with. And he goes, "Oh, Eddie did it, that's fine then." So that was squashed right then and there, but he came up with an attitude, even though he left his machines in my way for a long period of time and never offered to come remove them. I asked him to remove them, so we could work. And he said he's not going to make another trip up to the house until he's ready to pour. So there was that. I guess the last thing that I'm going to include in this particular video is the fact that they came the other day and put these new step ups, and I'm just going to walk over here and show the other one just so we have it on video. You can see here where they did this return step up. Now, they're claiming, or Ron is claiming, that the intent is at the last minute to dig out the sand and to pour the footing to the ground. The only problem I have with his claim is that, first of all, it's after the fact of the inspection, and if you look at the form that he built, there is nothing there that tells me that that form is going to be used by digging out the rest of that sand in the middle of it and then rebuilding the side of the form so that that's a full 4-foot frost barrier protection foundation. What that says to me, that he's going to pour the footing up, sit it on top of the sand right there, and connect it to the side of the existing cinder block. So I think he's lying, and I'm not afraid to say so. Last but not least, I just want to mention that because yesterday they came and they built the footing, step, and all that. They also sprayed the entire property boards. All these boards, all the footing boards and stuff, are all sprayed with kerosene. So the entire property stinks of kerosene, even though they're not ready to pour. They're not pouring anytime soon. They hadn't even gotten an inspection yet. So now the whole property smells of kerosene. Inside my house smells like kerosene, and my neighbors are complaining that there's a tremendous amount of kerosene smell coming from my property, and there's not much I can do about it other than pull up all these boards and throw them out or do whatever. So that's the extent of what Ron Simmons Paving does when they do a job. So I just want to make it clear that if you're going to use Ron Simmons Paving, although I've seen some of their work and it seems to come out nice in the end, you don't know what's going to be underneath it, and you don't know how durable it's going to be, and you don't know if they're ever going to come out to your house and finish the job, and you don't know if they're ever going to be there on time to do the job they said they were going to do. So, Ron Simmons Paving, use them at your own risk.